Today is the first day of my brand new schedule, which means it's Monday, and that means it's time for a brand new episode of Monday Musings. Let's get started. So as you probably know, Kickstarter is a hot spot for new comics, new indie comics specifically. And no secret, I love the platform. I've used it 3 times. I think it's awesome. Fulfillment in the works. I think it's great because it's an opportunity to give back, to give to each other, to help build up and support other indie creators. And there's just so many cool projects on there that I thought I would take an episode of Monday Musings and talk about some of them. And one of them is by a good friend of mine, Ryan Krobach, and his whole team. Sunmaker issue 2 is up on Kickstarter right now. You can get both issues. It's a fantastic kind of post-apocalyptic frozen world fantasy sci-fi kind of thing. I say sci-fi just because of kind of the tech that they use. This dude blasts sun out of his hands. It's just pretty freaking cool, and the art is like really stylistic, really cool. Ryan's a fantastic artist, does these beautiful painted covers on the books and everything. So that's just one example of a great comic that's up there. Dog Days is another one that I just happened to letter. It's live on there now by Travis Gibb, and you should go check it out because it's pretty cool. I mean, crime fighting dogs. I mean, it's like a detective noir story with dogs. I mean, come on, it's pretty cool. The Advocator Presents, and I heard about this on the Comics Launch podcast. It's also featuring Travis Gibb, and where they pull together indie creators who tell important stories based on their own properties that kind of tie into their properties outside of this book. It's kind of a cool thing. There's Wonderland Resistance, which is this really cool, epic sci-fi fantasy take on Alice in Wonderland. So if you're into that, if you're into mixing up popular concepts and doing something different with them, that's one to check out. I apologize for the heater. It's on emergency heat because it's the only way it works. There's Agent Wild Union Fall. This is a 5-issue miniseries. It's the first issue of this, and it's basically a sci-fi secret alien invasion kind of story. Some operative is on the hunt to wipe this out. I actually heard about this via some people that I follow on Kickstarter started backing this, so thought I'd check it out and spread the word. A book by another friend of mine and one that I backed, Rancidville, The Rotten Truth, which is the second part of a 3-part story. So basically issue 2 of 3. It's this fun kind of kid-centric mystery thriller kind of thing with a very animated style of art to it. So it's like you're watching a cartoon unfold. So that's a pretty cool one as well. Another one I found by looking through to see if there were any others, and I actually think some of the people I follow back this one as well. Miskatonic High issue 1, and this is like fans of Stranger Things and Sabrina and things like that kind of have that darker horror edge to it, but are still basically at their core kind of a mystery, kind of a thriller mystery kind of thing, featuring a bunch of high school students in a prep school. That's what this kind of story is. Cornrows, number 1. Brian Hawkins, who wrote Angelica Reigns that I lettered, told me about this when he was sharing this one, and I was actually at one point supposed to do the logo for this one, but I ended up not having time to do it. So, but it's a pretty cool series. It's about this teacher who is going out to fight crime to avenge the murder of one of his students. It's in the vein of like a Punisher, a Daredevil, or something like that in that tone. So if you're into that, it's really cool. And I believe launching later this week, speaking of the Comics Launch podcast, Tyler James and the creative team behind Wailing Blade will be launching that one, I believe, this week as well, which is really cool. If you're into big giant swords, you're definitely, and a lot of very vibrant violets, definitely want to check this book out. It looks like a lot of fun. I've seen some trailers from it. I've seen some previous pages and things like that, so it's a really cool book. But those are just a few of the projects that I've noticed on Kickstarter this week, this month, and there's all kinds of cool ones on there. So if you are into indie comics, that's a place you want to go. You want to check it out. You want to support these so you can keep growing the industry, the indie side of the industry, and keep supporting your fellow creators if you're a creator, or if you're just a comic fan and you want to find something new that may not be on your comic shop shelves. This is a good place to find that stuff. And if you don't want to support Kickstarter, go find their websites for all these and buy them after the Kickstarter is over, because I'm sure they're going to be selling them via, Amazon, Comixology, Facebook, whatever their method, their own personal online stores, whatever. Either way, the point is finding some cool new indie comics. And as part of Monday Musings this week, I just wanted to take the focus off me and put it on some other creators and kind of spread the word about some really cool comics coming up. So check them out. Links in the description below. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Monday Musings. I hope you like this different kind of episode. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe and notification bell so you get updates when new content is uploaded to this channel. Like Brant versus Lisa, which this week we're going to try to get to our new supposedly permanent schedule, which is Tuesdays for our anticipated and Saturdays for our rated and ranked. And then, of course, back here next week for a brand new episode of Monday Musings. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Brant Fowler, on Instagram at LastNumberPress. Check out lastnumberpress.com, zone4podcast.com, and comicfrontline.com for even more content. Comic Frontline's 5-year anniversary coming up. The episode that we'll be celebrating the anniversary will air on February 12th, Frontline Live. So tune into that. We're trying to reach 5,000 subs over there. We're really close. We got like 300 and something to go. So if you want to spread the word, if you want to help us try to reach that goal, head over to Comic Frontline's YouTube channel and give that channel a subscribe as well. And you can find me there on Tuesday talking about my top 5 as well as everybody else. So until next time, thanks for watching. Be good. Bye.